That's knife collector here. Welcome to my channel. My name is Henk. Today we take a closer look at the new WE knife model 603. And to be very specific, the 603A model. There is also a 603B model currently, but this is the 603A. I will put in pictures of the 603 and 603B and A also, so you get a good idea of the color combinations. Okay. The knife comes in this box. In the box there is some silica gel to protect it from moist. So let's put the box aside. By the way, a sturdy box, so it protects your knife and pouch very well. Then the pouch itself, it's printed with the WE logo and the address of the internet website weknife.com. And then in the pouch there are a few things. First of all, of course, the knife, also in a plastic bag. Let's put that aside. Then in the pouch itself, the microfiber cleaning cloth, also printed with the logo. So, to clean your knife. Then the hardware tool for pivot adjustments, and the card, the business card with the information of WE. Okay. And the pouch itself has two pockets for the materials and for the knife, or if you want to transport some knives you can put in two knives. And also in the pouch a little bag with silica, so to protect against moist. So let that put also aside. Then the knife itself, let me clean it with this microfiber cloth, just to get rid of my fingerprints. Then the knife itself, let me start with the dimensions first. The overall length of this knife is 8.6 inch or 21.9 centimeter. The blade length is 3.7 inch or 9.4 centimeter. The handle length is 4.9 inch or 12.5 centimeter. The blade steel is S35 VN. The handle or frame material is 6AL4V titanium. It runs on ceramic bearings. The weight is 4.7 ounce or 133 gram. And currently two models are available, the 603A, which is this one, and the 603B. And I will put in some pictures now from the 603B and the 603A. Just let's pause. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the pictures. Then the knife. As we know, as you might know, We Knife Company is a company that makes for quite some time now knives for the OEM market, so for big European and American brands. And just recently, about less than half a year ago, they started with their own branded knives, and they came out with the first model, the 601, the We Knife 601, and that was a stunning knife, very high production quality, very high value. Then the 602 came about 2 months ago, was introduced 2 months ago. A 10-tone model, and that model is a bit more controversial. Whether you like it very much or you don't like it at all, but also very high build quality, high-end materials, just a stunning knife. And now, 2 weeks ago, We Knife Company introduced 3 new models, the 603, the 604 and the 605. And in my video I uploaded yesterday, I introduced all 3 models, just very brief. And now we're looking closer to this model. The blade has a high flat ground, 2 tones. The ground is, and the swatch has a stonewash DLC coating, and the high flats have a satin grind. And exactly the same for the frame. The flats are satin kind of satin brush finish, and the edges and corners have a black coating. And then the accents are all the hardware parts, screws, pivot shield, clip, and these are all purple anodized. It has a half open flow-through construction with for about 60% titanium backspacer, and the lanyard is integrated in this backspacer, which is sandwiched between the frame scales. Very nice solution. So when you look at the profile, you don't see any distracting details like a lanyard hole. I hope the lighting is okay, but you can see that the frame is also milled out to save weight, and for such a long blade it's overall just under 22 centimeters, the weight is very acceptable with 133 gram or 4.7 ounce. Lots of details on this knife. And all is very, very nicely round off, broken corners, chamfered, what all. Everything is very symmetrical, and in the fit and finish you can see the outstanding quality of this product. By the way, the point gets pretty thin at the end, but it's also a reinforced geometry, so it's a pretty strong point. Lots of details. I hope they will show up on camera. Transitions are hard to be felt. It's all so smooth. And here you can see the blade steel. I think we as kind of patent on this kind of details, so when the knife is deployed you can hardly see it. It's on the blade tang, and this kind of details the company pays a lot of attention. It's running on ceramic bearings, so it is very smooth, very fast action, very good centering. Let me show the lockup. Decent lockup and a very decent geometry of the blade tang and the lock face. It has a steel lock bar insert, which is also an over travel stop, so you can't over engage the lock bar. There is no blade play, and you of course this one has to break in yet, but it is already very smooth. That was the tripod. The jimping, I think it's more for decoration purpose. It gives a bit of traction, but I don't think it is very useful. What I like is the transition between the frame scales and the blade itself. Very smooth. It's a very nice machining job and engineering job. And as you can see, the jimping is even all over. And now burrs or sharp edges or whatever. A very outstanding engineering machining job. This is really outstanding quality. This knife will get a decent testing period. Sorry, my memory card was full, so I had to split up this video. This knife will get a decent testing period and will be passed through to other YouTube channels. So there will be more YouTube channels which give their opinion about this knife. Before wrapping up, I will test the sharpness of the knife out of the box. Just a piece of printer paper. And as you can see, it's sharp. Just a recurve, very easy. And let me look at the grind for wrapping up. And the choil. Very decent job. Lots of big European and American companies can take an example of the job we did on this grind. Okay, that's it for now. If you like the video, please like it. If you like the channel, please subscribe. I have some links in the description box for Knife Company and where you can buy this knife. And if you have any questions or comments, I will find them in the comment section. Okay, bye bye.